Good morning all. Now I am going to discuss about parser here. There are two types of parser. One is top-down parser, another will be bottom-up parser. Here one of the example of top-down parser is LL1. So what do you mean by L is nothing but left to right scan the entire input. Say for example the given input may be anything. For example A, B, C, assume that. I have to scan the text from left to right. The first symbol in the given input will be A. Okay, like that I have to scan the data. So L is nothing but leftmost derivation. Okay, LMD, that is called as LMD. One is nothing but localhead symbol. While consider each and every terminal, you are going to identify what is the corresponding production we have. So consider these are the actual example of some production for LL1. S gives A, B, C, D, E. Here A gives small a or epsilon, B gives small b or epsilon, C gives small c, D gives d or epsilon, E gives e or epsilon. Now you are going to identify whether the given grammar is correct or not, because each and every non-terminal we have the production, then only the grammar is even valid grammar, right? Then you should identify whenever we have LL1 grammar, the grammar does not contain any left recursive. So what do you mean by left recursive? Say for example, the given production may be E gives E plus T, assume that. Okay, here the first symbol in the right production which is equivalent to the leftmost symbol, this is left regression. Okay, so left regression does not accepted by top-down parser even for LL1 parser. Okay, you are going to eliminate this. That's why we have some technique. So it gives A, E gives T, E dash, something like that. Now what happened? This is not equivalent to this. Like that you are going to reduce it. So now we have the production here. How to identify whether it is LL1 grammar or not, right? So now for that you are going to construct first and follow. So what do you mean by first as well as follow? So first is nothing but you are going to identify for each non-terminal, you should identify the first. First of S is nothing but what is the right production we have? A, B, C, D, E. For anything you should take first. Okay. Then first of A, B, C, D, the first symbol in the right production will be A. So here A is nothing but small a or epsilon. We have two possibilities for A. So the S production start with A. A gives what? A or E, epsilon. So small a we have. Suppose in place of A, we can substitute epsilon. Now S gives B, C, D, E because A is vanished. So here B, C, D. Then the first of S is nothing but first of the rest of the symbol B, C, D, E. So first of B here, B gives what? Either B or epsilon. So first of B or epsilon. Suppose you, while substituting epsilon for B, the rest of the symbol will be CDE. Like that we can find for what? First for all non-terminal. So here you are going to consider the first, okay, for all non-terminal, first of S. First of S is nothing but first of entire right production. The first symbol in the right production will be A. First of A is A or epsilon. Even easily we can find from bottom to top, easily we can able to identify first of E equal to first of anything. Here first of E or first of epsilon. Okay, epsilon may be appear for first, not in follow. Again D. First of D equal to the first of entire right production. First of D. First of D is what? It is terminal. Directly we can write it. Then another option will be epsilon. Okay, so epsilon also we have while constructing first. Now we'll see C. First of C equal to first of right side production. Here only we have small c. Simply you should write C here. Then here first of B. First of B is nothing but first of the entire right production. First of B. So you should write B. The one more option will be we have epsilon. Now you should write epsilon also here. Right. For first of A equal to, again we have first of entire right side production. First of A as well as first of epsilon. We have terminal, directly we can write. Here epsilon also we can write here. Okay. So now you are going to consider here, yes, first of S equal to first of entire thing. First symbol in the right production will be what? A. First of A equal to already we have A comma epsilon. So you should write A. Then In place of A, we can substitute epsilon. Now A will get vanished. The rest of the symbol will be B, C, D, E. First of S equal to first of B, C, D, E. The first symbol in the right production will be B. First of B equal to already we have B comma epsilon. Now you should write B here. In place of B, now we can substitute epsilon. Now B also getting vanished. The rest of the symbol will be C, D, E. First of S equal to we have only C, D, E in the right side. The first symbol in the right side production will be C. First of C equal to only C. So this is what first of all non-terminal. Okay. So we are finding first of E, first of D, first of C, first of B, first of A. Then only we can calculate first of S equal to the entire right production of all the non-terminal. So here, based on our algorithm for first, we have all non-terminal as well as what even we have epsilon also. Like that we can construct what follow also. Okay. So here while constructing follow, now you are going to identify this is start symbol in the given production. Okay, every start symbol ends with $. By default, whenever we are going to implement this concept using stack, the bottom of the stack always we have dollar as well as the given input end with $. Also. So that here follow of yes always $. Follow yes always we have $. So here you should write $. Then you should identify anywhere else we have yes will be appear in the right side. Just to see. So yes is appear? No. Here also no. Here also no. So nowhere else yes will be appear. Only we have $. Simply we can close it. Then follow of A. So follow of A is nothing but another non-terminal follow of A. A followed by what? B. So follow of A is nothing but first of entire thing. First of rest of the symbol. Here the first symbol in the production will be B. First of B equal to what? B comma epsilon. Now you should write here B. In place of B you can substitute epsilon here. So here follow of A is nothing but C, D, E. First of C is nothing but C. Simply we can write C here, right? B comma C. That then after completing A, follow of B now you should calculate. Follow B is nothing but what? We have C, D, E. For anything, what? First of C, D, E. So what is the first symbol in the right production? C. So first of C is nothing but only we have small c. We have small c. Okay. Follow B is only C, D, E. First of C is nothing but small c. Then what? C. So follow of C is what? D, E. So here first of D, E. So first of D is nothing but what? We have D, right? So we have epsilon also. In place of D, we can substitute epsilon. So D will be vanished now. Follow of C is nothing but only E we have. So first of E. First of E is nothing but E comma epsilon. You should write E here. In place of E, we can substitute epsilon over here. Now nothing is here after C. Then you should find follow of S. Follow of S is nothing but what? We have $. You should write like this, right? Then C over D. So followed by A over here S, here A, B, C. Now we are going to consider D. So follow D is what? Only we have E. So first of E. First of E is nothing but what? E comma epsilon. You should write only you should write E. In place of E, we can substitute epsilon. What happened? Nothing will be appear after D. So there is no symbol will be appear after any non-terminal or anything. You should find follow of S. Follow of S always we have $. You should write it here $. Okay. Then follow of E. Follow of E is nothing but what? Nothing. No symbol will be appear here. Follow of S. So again we have what? $. Here. So follow of E is nothing but $. But here you should identify anywhere else we are going to identify B here, no. C also here, no. D is here, no. E also nothing. Because only we have terminal as well as epsilon, right? So while calculating follow, you should identify wherever the non-terminal will be appear in the right production. Based on that, you should calculate the value, right? But while constructing the follow, we never get any epsilon over there. So, but while constructing first, we can have terminal as well as what? Epsilon also. Okay, based on this only we are going to what? Calculate first and follow. Once we are calculating first and follow, we can able to construct what? Parsing table. From that we can able to identify whether it is what? LL1 parser or not. Because while constructing LL1 parser, the parser does not allow any ambiguous as well as does not allow any left recursive, even it does not allow any non-deterministic also. So based on that only we are going to calculate what? The entire thing. Okay, this is another example for LL1 parsing technique. This is kind of already I said top-down parser without recursive, without regressions. Here now consider we have the production like this. This actually this grammar does not have any left regression as well as even non-deterministic. Okay, because why we are saying that this is not left regression? Here the first symbol in the right never equivalent to the leftmost. Okay, suppose both are equal, then only this is called as left regression. But left regression by default never accepted by LL1 grammar, right? So here plus symbol, this one, even F and T is different. Even here star also, here ID does not match with any leftmost symbol. So definitely this is what 100%, it is not left regression, right? So as well as what, it is non-deterministic also, okay? Does not allow non-deterministic. Now we should construct first, okay? So first, so whenever we have the production like this, easily we can calculate from bottom to top. First of F equal to first of ID as well as first of entire thing. First of ID, only we have ID. Here the first of entire thing, we have leftmost symbol will be left bracket. Okay, left bracket. So this is first of entire right production. The first symbol in the right production will be bracket. You should write it here. Now you are going to consider T dash. T dash equal to star F T dash or epsilon. We have two possibilities for T dash. First of this, the first symbol in the right production will be here star. Then the another alternative will be star epsilon here. You should write epsilon. Okay. Then the third production will be first of T equal to first of F. Already first of F equal to we have what? ID comma opening bracket. You have to write as it is. ID comma opening bracket here. Okay, then what? First of E dash. First of entire right production. We have two possibilities for E dash. First of entire thing. The first symbol in the right production will be plus. You should write here plus. Then another alternative will be epsilon. You should write epsilon here. Okay. Then first of E. First of E is nothing but what? First of entire right production. Here first of T. First of T is nothing but what? First of F. First of F is nothing but what? ID comma opening bracket. Here you should write ID comma opening bracket. Okay. So this is the way to construct what? First for the given production, right? So after constructing this, you are going to construct what? Follow. Okay, so here you are going to construct follow for all non-terminal. Okay, so what are the non-terminal we have? We have G, we have T, even E dash as well as T, T dash, F. These are the actual non-terminal given in the production. For that you should find follow. Okay, so already I said every input end with dollar, the start production always end with dollar also. So here follow of E. Follow of E is nothing but what? You should identify wherever we have E will be appear in the right hand side. I have E here, right? Now, follow of E is nothing but only closing bracket, right? So, you should write here closing bracket, comma, follow of E, leftmost symbol. So, this is the start production in the given grammar. So, E followed by dollar always, right? You should write dollar also, right? This is what follow of E, because the follow of E will be appear only one time in the right side production. The follow of E is nothing but only closing bracket. You should write it. But every start production end with a dollar by default. So that you should write dollar also. Okay. Next, follow of E dash. Follow of E dash equal to what? Here, wherever we have E dash, I have E dash here. I have E dash. Anywhere else? No. Only I have E dash here. Follow of E dash is nothing but what? After E dash, nothing will be appear. So, follow of E dash equal to follow of E. Follow of E already I have what? Closing bracket as well as dollar. I should write closing bracket as well as dollar. Then I have E dash here. So, E dash followed by nothing. Again follow of E dash, already I have the value. Simply we can close it, right? Because yes, E dash only appear twice, nowhere else, right? Then follow of T. Follow of T equal to what here? Follow of T is nothing but I have E dash. So, follow of T equal to first of E dash. First of E dash equal to what? I have plus epsilon, right? Now, I should write plus first, okay? I have write plus here. Then, in place of E, okay, I can substitute epsilon. While substituting epsilon, follow of T nothing. Again, follow of T will be what? Follow of E. Follow of E already I have what? Closing bracket as well as dollar. I'm going to take the same value here, right? So listen here. So T gives what? Actually E dash gives plus, okay, this is another alternative. Then follow of T is T followed by E dash. For E dash, I should take first of E dash. First of E dash, already we know that plus, comma, epsilon, plus I can write as it is. But don't write epsilon for follow. So in place of E dash, we can substitute epsilon over here. Now it will be vanished now. After T, nothing will be appear. That time we should take follow of E. Follow of E is nothing but already we have closing bracket as well as dollar over. Now follow of T dash. Follow of T dash is nothing but wherever we have T dash here, then here. Follow of T dash, nothing is here. Then you should take follow of T. Follow of T just now we calculated here plus, comma, closing bracket, comma, dollar, right? Then here also nothing will be here. Again you should take follow of T dash. Same value you are going to get it. Anywhere else we have T dash? No. Simply you can ignore it. Then what? Follow of F. Follow of F will be what? Nothing will be appear F. F is not appear here. Follow of F equal to we have T dash. For that you should take what? First of T dash. First of T dash equal to what? We have star. So you should write star here. Then we have epsilon. Epsilon never appear for follow. So in place of F, we can substitute what? Epsilon here, T dash, epsilon, then follow of F equal to nothing will be here. Then you should take follow of T. Follow of T is nothing but here, plus, comma, closing bracket, comma, dollar. Okay. So, yes. So this is first and follow. So based on this, you are going to construct what? Predictive parsing table for LL1. Okay. Predictive parsing table for LL1. Now, LL1, for example, now we have the predictive parsing table. Okay. What are the non-terminals we have? We have E, we have E dash, we have T, we have T, we have T dash, we have what? F. Okay. These are the different non-terminal which is given in the production. Now, what are the terminals we have? Now, you should identify what are the symbols we have. We have plus. Okay. Then we have what? Star. We have what? Left bracket. Yes. We have what? Right bracket. Yes. Any other symbol we have here? So opening bracket, closing bracket, ID also I have. Yes, ID. Then what? Star is there, plus also there. So then every input end with dollar. So you should use dollar also, right? This is what LL1 predictive parsing table, right? So after constructing this only, we can able to identify whether it is valid LL1 grammar or not, because we can able to parse the input or not. Based on this only, we can able to conclude it. Now, why we are considering this LL1 predictive parsing table means, if you want to derive plus or star or opening bracket or closing bracket, you are going to choose the exact production, whether I am going to take this production or this production. I want to derive plus, definitely I choose this one, star this one, opening bracket this production, ID means this one. So directly I can choose the production. That's why we go for what? Predictive parsing table here. So suppose E plus, suppose here what happened? First you are going to identify first. Okay. If you want to construct this predictive parsing table, I want to derive plus, I can go for E gives what? E dash gives plus T E dash. Okay. I want to derive this plus. I am going to choose the production as this. Okay. But whenever I have epsilon, I will consider follow. Okay. In follow, I have what E dash gives. E dash means, sorry, you should write E dash here. E dash gives plus T E dash. Okay. So whenever I have epsilon in first, I can go for follow. In follow, I have what? Closing bracket as well as dollar. So here I should write here E dash, okay, gives epsilon. Then dollar also. E dash gives epsilon. Alright. In place, because I have epsilon for E dash in first, then only I will go for follow. In follow, what are the symbols I have? Closing bracket, comma, dollar. In that, I should write, in place of E dash, I have another alternative will be what? Epsilon. Then only I can go for follow. So that I have to write this one. Right? The next production will be what? Suppose I want to derive ID as in that. I want to derive ID here. I will go for what? E star as in that. Star means what? T dash. T dash star. So T dash gives star F T dash, right? I want to derive star. Okay, the corresponding production T dash gives star F. So first of this one will be star comma epsilon. But I have epsilon here. Whenever I have epsilon in first, I go for what? Follow. So here I have what? Plus symbol as well as closing bracket as well as what? Dollar. In the three symbols, I should write T dash plus T dash gives epsilon. Okay. T dash gives epsilon. Closing bracket also T dash gives epsilon. Then dollar also I should write T dash gives epsilon. Right. T dash gives epsilon. Okay. Anyway, you are going to consider all the terminals we have the corresponding production. I want to derive star for T dash. I should take the production this one. I want to derive plus. Okay. Okay. After completion of first and follow for the given production, you are going to construct LL1 predictive parsing table, right? If you want to derive any symbol or a terminal from the given production, you are going to take, because every production we have multiple option also, either for example F gives ID or within bracket expression, right? So if you want to derive ID, only I can choose the production as F gives ID only. Like that we are going to derive it. For that purpose only we go for what? The predictive parsing table here, right? Now you should write all the rows, you should write the terminals here E, E dash, T, T dash F. You should write all the non-terminal in the row wise. Column wise you should write all the symbol. So what are the symbol will be appear in the right side production? I have plus, I have star, I have ID. It is terminal, so that you should write it. Opening bracket, closing bracket, right? Then every input end with a dollar also. So that you should write all the column, you should write the terminals. Along with that, you should write symbol, okay, dollar. Then, if you want to derive any one of the symbol, which production you are going to choose from the given grammar. Say for example, first production will be what? E gives T E dash, right? The first of E is first of T E dash. First symbol in the right production will be what? T. So here T gives F T dash. First of F T dash will be what? First of F. First of F equal to what? ID comma opening bracket. So in ID as well as opening bracket, I want to use the production as E gives T E dash, E gives T E dash. Whenever I will use the production E gives T E dash, I can derive either ID or opening bracket. That's why you're going to use the production here. Then next will be what? E dash. E dash gives what? I have two alternatives here. E dash gives first of right side production. First of right side, the first symbol in the right production will be plus. Okay, so we can derive plus means you can use the production as E dash gives plus T E dash. So here, in order to derive plus, you should write here. Okay, first of E dash equal to first of anything plus first of epsilon. So whenever I have epsilon in first, I will go for follow. In this follow, I have closing bracket as well as dollar. Okay. In closing bracket as well as dollar, I should write E dash gives epsilon, right? Whenever I have epsilon in first, then only I will consider follow. So that close in the symbol closing bracket as well as dollar, I should write E dash gives epsilon as well as E dash gives epsilon. So I completed E dash also. The next terminal, non-terminal will be what? T. T gives what? F T dash. First of the entire right production. The first symbol in the production will be what? F. So first of F equal to, again I have ID as well as left bracket, right? If you want to derive ID as well as left bracket, I can choose the production as T gives Ft dash. T gives Ft dash in order to derive what? Opening bracket as well as ID. So opening bracket ID, in that I should write the production as T gives Ft dash, right? This row also over. Next you are going to consider T dash. T dash gives what? So I have two alternative production here. First of entire thing. So in the first symbol in the right production will be star. In order to derive star, I can use the production as T dash gives star F T dash. T dash. So here T dash, I want to derive star, I can write the production as T dash gives star F T dash. I should write the production as it is, right? Suppose in place of T dash, suppose I have epsilon. Whenever I have epsilon here, so I will go for follow. In follow, I have plus closing bracket dollar. So here plus closing bracket dollar. In the three terminal, I should write the production as T dash gives epsilon, T dash gives epsilon, T dash gives epsilon. Okay, whenever I have epsilon in first, I will choose follow. So here I have some set of terminal. The corresponding terminal, I should write the production as T dash give epsilon. The final production will be what? F gives ID or this one. So I want to derive F gives ID. So ID means simply I can use what? ID, F gives ID because it is terminal, directly you can write it. Here also I have the first leftmost symbol, first of entire right production. The first symbol in the right production will be left bracket. So in the left bracket I should write the production as F gives opening bracket, within that expression then closing bracket. This is the actual parsing table constructed for LL1. After constructing this, you should identify whether each and every cell we have only one production or more than one production. Whenever I have only one production for each cell, definitely this is LL1, otherwise not LL1. Okay, sometimes while deriving plus, I have more than one possibilities also there. In this case, what happened? We have some conflict. Which production I can use? So this is the main drawback while using what? LL1. So more than one entry may be in the single cell. That time what happened? Unable to parsing any given input with the help of what? Our grammar. So that it is LL1 here. This is LL1 concept in compiler design. Thank you.